What's going on, Cranimals? My name's PsychoticPanda, and first off, I just wanted to apologize if there's any buzzing or ringing going on in the background of this video. I just recently got a new studio microphone, and without a mixer to cancel out all the background noise, I get just a little bit of feedback, so hopefully it's not too bad, but I hope you guys do notice the quality, or the upgrading quality from my previous microphones. But today, I wanted to show you guys how to animate your computer desktop background. Now, as you can see, this is my desktop background for my PC that I use like every day. It is fully functional. Like, I can move things around. I can open things. It's just like every other computer desktop. But as you can also see, unlike normal backgrounds, mine is obviously moving. So I just wanted to give you guys a little step-by-step on how you can get your computer desktop to look just like this. Now, obviously, the first thing you're going to need is some visuals to put on your background. So, as you can see, this is still the same desktop background that we had before, but it doesn't have the animation behind everything. So, it's just a normal static desktop background. So, how we're going to fix this, I use a site called Beeple. Beeple gives free Creative Commons, no copyright, loops and graphics, free of use. So, as you can see, they have like short films, stuff like this. They've got everydays, they've got graphics that they release every single day that you can, it's completely free for you to use, whether you use it on social media or whatever you use it for. And this is what I use. This is VJ loops. So as you can see, this is something that will loop infinitely. So the starting frame and the ending frame are the exact same. So once the video ends and it restarts again, it will look like it never even stopped, and it just loops infinitely. So if we go into VJ loops, here you can see they have a ton of just free to use Creative Commons loops, and you can use these wherever you want to without getting copyrighted by Beeple. Beeple is 100% copyright free. So I think this one looks good. If we take a look at this, there is sound for it, but I don't really want, you don't want sound to open up every single time you go to your desktop. So if we go here to Vimeo, I think this is the link for it. Yes, so if you come over here to download, we can download this one, and you can see we have a 360p all the way up to the original file, which the original file is obviously like the biggest download because it's just literally the best quality you can get. I think we're going to get the 1080p version of it just because we want that high quality. And as you can see, I already have one on my computer. So I'm just going to delete this really quick because I don't want a second one. But I just wanted to show you guys that this is where you download it. So now that we have this, we can come back to our desktop. I have it in my wallpapers. It's right here, Beeple Loop number 1, no sound. So if we take this and we put it on our desktop, we'll close that. This is the file that we are going to be using to animate the desktop. Now, the program that I use to animate the desktop, it's called the wallpaper engine in Steam. So if I go to my library to software, I have the wallpaper engine right here. So if we open this up, you can see that this basically gives me 2 monitors to choose from. Obviously, I've got my left monitor, which is monitor number 1, and monitor number 2, which is the right one. So we're just going to be editing the first monitor right now. So if we click change wallpaper, we've got all of the already pre-installed ones, and obviously I've got the 2 here from the intro that you guys saw. But if you come down here to where it says create wallpaper, Steam Store, open from file, and open from URL, if you click open from file, it will go to everything on your computer desktop, or basically wherever you choose it from. And you can see here we have Beeple Loop number 1, no sound. So if we open this up, I already edited this to have no sound, so it shouldn't have any sound in the first place. I realized that I forgot to mention how to mute the sound on a video if it has sound, because you don't want sound playing on your desktop whenever you go to it. It's actually really simple. Anyone with half a left butt cheek could understand how to do it, but I'm going to explain anyway. It's right here. There's a little volume slider. If your video does have sound, then you can literally just slide this all the way down to 0, and it will not have sound when you play it. So yeah, sorry to interrupt. Back to the video. And I will close Steam, and I click OK. Now you can see we have the background. It's already animated, so everything works just as it should. And keep in mind, Wallpaper Engine is not free. I think it's something like $3.99 on Steam. So it isn't 100% free to get an animated background. All you need to do is just purchase the wallpaper background or the wallpaper engine. But everything else that I've done so far is completely free. You can get everything, the visuals from Beeple, everything else is completely free except for the wallpaper engine, which you must purchase on Steam. But yeah, that's kind of how you animate your background. There is something else that you can do if you want just a little bit more. I personally, with all of the music that I produce and all of the music that I listen to, music is just my life. So I'm constantly listening to music on my PC. So something else that you can add to this is basically it's basically a wavetable visualizer. So as you're listening to your music, you can basically see all of the wavetables wherever you want to put the wavetable visualizer. So how you would get this, it runs off of a program called Rainmeter, desktop customization tool. I will leave a link to everything that I'm downloading in the description below. If you guys actually do want to animate your desktop and have it look how I'm making it look right now, I'll leave a link to Beeple, I'll leave a link to the Rainmeter download, and I will leave a link to the visualizer download. But if you come to the Rainmeter download, and you download the 4.2 beta release R3064, this one right here, I haven't downloaded the final just because it said that the final wasn't fully there were still a few bugs. But yeah, you can kind of just read up on both of the beta and the final, and depending on which one you want to download. But I already have this installed, so you can download either the beta or the final, whichever one you want to run. And then once you have Rainmeter installed, it will come up on the, if you click this little arrow in the bottom right of your desktop over here, there's this little raindrop looking thing, and it says Rainmeter. If you click this, it will open this up, and this is basically just all that Rainmeter runs off of. It just looks like a file folder in your computer. And as you can see here, it says active skins. So right now I already have Fountain of Colors downloaded, but there's a few different things that you can get. There's like a clock that you can have. So if I basically load this in on my desktop, you can see right here there's a little clock. It says Tuesday 15:05. It's 16:46 right now. And if I just want to get this off my desktop, there's no real trash can to shove it in. Like, you can't put it into the recycle bin or anything. All you have to do if you want to unload a skin is right click it and click unload skin at the very bottom, and it will just get that off your desktop for you. But if we go back into Rainmeter, I don't want anything else besides the wavetable visualizer. So the one that I have downloaded is Fountain of Colors. It's the download right here. All you have to do to download this is go to the download link, and up in the top right over here it will say download. It's just a 192 kilobyte download. It's very small, so it's not going to take up barely any space on your computer whatsoever. So once you have this downloaded, it will show up in your Rainmeter, and after you have it in your Rainmeter files, it will just come up saying Fountain of Colors. The one that I'm currently using, it's the clone. It basically allows it to come along the upper part of your desktop instead of the very bottom. Whereas if I think Clone 2, if I load in Clone 2, I think it's the very bottom. I'm going to unload it just because I want to check. But I run it on the top just because I like the look of the top. Also because I don't want to accidentally click on it when I'm clicking on anything on my taskbar. So if I click on clone.ini and I click load, that will basically load in the skin. Now you can't see it right now because there's no sound coming from my computer, but if I say start playing music from my computer, so you can see that it basically takes any sound coming from your computer and it will display it on a wavetable visualizer up above. Another thing you can do is if there is music playing at the time, and you click on the wavetable visualizer, it will bring up this options menu right here. So you can see, you can edit how many bars there are. It says there's 60 bars right here. The bar width says it's 17. The gap between the bars, 8 pixels. All of these are in pixels. So the bar width is 17 pixels wide. The gap between pixels is 8 pixels, or the gap between bars is 8 pixels. So you can just tinker around with anything that you want in here to completely customize your wavetable visualizer. But there's also a colors section. So if I click colors right here, I can edit to what I can edit these. I can edit the visualizer to basically whatever color I want it to be. So if we come over here to extras, you can come into the extra section of the extras and click this little thing called keyboard mode, and it will basically show you every single wave of sound without any sound actually playing, so that you can kind of edit the color and the width and kind of just make it however you want it to look. So I'm thinking with the background that we have now, I think a kind of half pinkish red, kind of crimson maroon kind of look would look pretty cool. So if we find a color that fits, I think that would actually look pretty cool, like that bright red, or maybe a little darker, something like that. Yeah, I'm liking that color. So if we close that, oh wait, you gotta take keyboard mode off. So now that we've closed all of that, if you want to unload this skin again, just right click it, click unload skin. Same for the effects of it, just unload the skin. And now if we play any music or anything, so it basically takes any sound or anything coming from your computer and just puts a visualizer to it. So yeah, that's kind of just how to animate your desktop. And I'll do it one more just to show you guys kind of what I have on my desktop right now, how I do everything. If I go to Steam, open up the wallpaper engine, launch it. Once that opens up, it'll say choose your monitor. I'm going to select monitor 1 and I'll click change wallpaper. If I come down here to open from file, I can go to any file that I want to. If I go into wallpapers, I have in the Uber sketch, I downloaded an entire pack of visuals that I can use, and I got it's basically 2 separate visuals. It's 2 perspectives of the same thing. So if I load that, now I basically have this on my desktop. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will actually put up on screen right now kind of what both of the visuals look like right now, because Beeple comes out with sometimes Beeple comes out with visuals that have 2 different perspectives. So throughout all of these, there will be some that have like a perspective of one angle and then another angle that you can also have like on a second monitor or something. So I will put up on screen right now kind of what my second monitor looks like sitting next to my first monitor. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope this was helpful. If you did enjoy, why not leave a like, maybe subscribe to never miss something in the future, and I will catch you guys in the next video. See you guys.